tough.
discombobulated.
That's basically Brad's every day with his left ear being at 25% working.
You remembered that, Ben?
We all. Is that better?
That's
is that a good
impressive.
thing?
You guys know that.
You said it to us.
I care
yeah,
about
but that was a
you.
long time ago.
Did it change?
It is improved. It's better. It'll always only be at like 60 to 70%.
Ooh, so you going deaf?
It's just how I was born.
I'm telling
how
you,
you
this
going?
radio thing, if you don't keep those headphones lower, I like to keep mine high. I used to keep like mine high so I could feel like I was really loud and energetic. But I was like, I got to think about being able to hear.
yeah.
I don't want to be like Brad. I know I want to be more like Brad in certain ways, but I don't want to be more like Brad like this.
And they
Be
say
more like Brad.
They say if you can't hear well, your brain tries harder to be able to hear, and that actually can lead to like dementia, Alzheimer, all things like that. So
wow.
get that hearing figured out now, KBN
Well, I
Nation.
need to fix
Okay.
this.
Well,
I don't need no dementia.
with that.
It's a little nugget for you.
Turn your headphones down, folks. Your
Yeah.
AirPods and everything. Make sure.
I don't know anything about medical stuff, but I just read that somewhere.
I will say this: I love my music loud,
There's some
blaring
yeah.
loud. Like I take it off, like damn, that's loud.
Like I hate when I'm like in the car and I want to jam, and then I'm jamming, and then like I don't know if your spouses do this, and they're like, "Can you turn it down?"
yeah.
well,
all
you
the
know,
time.
okay, now I'm
about a vibe room.
Okay, wait, now hold on. I'm the turn it down guy.
course you are.
Lexi
Of
loves.
course you
Lexi
are.
turns up so loud.
Respect,
And I-
Lexi.
yeah, and I'm just like, Lexi, this is absurdly loud.
and what I hate is
70.
so much
it is
sense.
best
It's
up.
so accurate.
It's a great song, baby, but this is too loud.
Brad,
It's too loud.
Be different, all right? Be more like Ben and Kyle. But you know what I don't like?
Stroph's got to be a jammer.
He's a jammer, 100%. He jams out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's vibing.
You're a
My
concert
ears
guy.
are bad.
Yeah, you're a concert guy. You're a big jammer.
But I hate when
Big
I'm in
jammer.
her car.
Big jammer.
When I'm driving my girl's car. Well, you know, when you drive in the car, you want to feel the vibe. I turn it up and she'll turn it down. I'm like, well, you know what? Next time you drive your own dang car. If I can't jam the way I want to jam.
I haven't gone that far. That's Kyle Wallace. That's Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Bruss with Alex Strofer in the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. And today is Goody Day on Kyle Bruss to Nortman. Before we get to Goody, just as you always know, you can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Guys, I grinded last night.
Oh, what'd you do?
Absolutely grinded last night. So my issue with this whole wedding planning thing and the reason why save the dates are not out yet is the whole spreadsheet with the Mr. and Mrs. And then sometimes you have 13 and 12-year-olds that are family members that you don't send, personal invites to. They're a part of a group. There was no system that told me how many total guests we were actually sending invites to. So she was like, you don't need to do this. You need to do this. I was like, I need to do this. So I took every single person's name, Mr. and Mrs., kid or not, and I put them 1 through whatever onto the spreadsheet because you got to know the actual number of people.
Yeah, I would say
person
that's
by person. And she was like, you don't need to do this. I was like, no, I need to do this.
Look at you being the smart one for once.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
And so then I marked kid because there might be an area where we just have the kids in the back where they can't really see anything. Anyway, they don't really care what's going on. They just want to doodle and
There's going to be kids there.
only immediate family members. Like I have 12 nieces and nephews, and I want them there, but it's not a kid's wedding. You know what I mean? So there's a back room. So that being said, I have the full list of people. And now tonight is the night of going through everyone that I need to text for said addresses. What the heck is going on right now? You can tell that Alex Strofe being the good producer that he is,
wow.
Kyle Wallace being the diva that he is, comes in here, Alex Strofe, to literally give you new headphones. You couldn't get your ass up?
I didn't ask for them. I wasn't going to move. I was just going to go through the segment without having headphones on.
That's how you know you're big time in it now.
No,
That's some diva energy, man.
I didn't
Probably
ask
gave
him
him
to
a
do it.
look. Probably gave Strofe a look and said, Strofe, take care of this.
No, I was going to thug it out. My ear could not handle the difference in sound. I cannot have any type of dementia happen in this.
So there are some scenarios that are coming down to the wire for Kyle Bruss-Nortman and the people on the show for the wedding.
Ooh, big day.
Here's what I'll flat out say it. Brad and Lexi are absolutely 110% getting a save the
Let's
date.
go!
Ooh, yeah!
Okay.
Brad and Lex.
Okay.
And it comes before W, so you just had to announce it first.
Brad,
Thank
you
you,
and I
Ben.
have
That
many
means a lot.
intimate conversations.
Ooh.
We have very similar things going on in our life that we're able to connect on. I'm dropping you off baby formula. You're asking me for dad tips.
Oh, wow.
You know, like
We
there's
connect.
there's just something deeper with us that there was a no-brainer putting a green check mark next to Brad Nortman and Lexi Nortman.
Congrats,
Ben,
Brad. Happy
Ben,
for you, buddy.
I'm honored. I cannot wait.
Hey, at least
for
we'll
your
have some
marriage to
representation there. That's good.
What do you mean? Yeah, some. I mean, he's just going down the list. He's just starting off with Bradley.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, what you mean gets interesting?
As you guys know, you were B-list guys, like the six, the Brad Lexi, the
So
Strofe girlfriend, the
okay.
Kyle and baby girl.
Yeah,
I think right now it's looking like Kyle and a choice of +1 of baby girl or Strofe.
What do you? Oh, okay. Thank you. I am appreciative.
No, I said I think.
You think? So wait a minute. So Brad is
What do you
so
do-
Brad-
wait. Time out. We asked you yesterday, is there a pecking order for the B list? And you said no.
No, Brad was at the top for a
but there-
reason.
but
I
there's always a
said
pecking
I
order.
did
He
say
did say yesterday
Brad
there was a
Lexi.
pecking order.
It was Brad Lexi, Kyle, baby girl, and then Strofe and girl. So it wasn't just it was typed in an order. I didn't say it was typed in an order. It was typed in order.
So Brad, he likes Brad more than he likes us. Got it.
That honestly surprises me.
Why?
No offense, Brad.
We've got depth.
We have
We
depth.
connect in ways that you could never understand, Strofe. Not yet, at least.
Oh wow.
Why are you so quiet?
Yeah. Why are you quiet?
I mean, you're right. I've got nothing to come back from.
So
it.
you're
Oh
saying
no, I'm
Strofe
saying
is
is
stewing
it's
back
unfortunately for Kyle's baby girl.
Okay.
We do know, and if you don't know, Kyle's baby girl has a soft spot for Alex Strofe.
she has a
Whenever
very
we
soft
rip
spot
on
for
Alex Strofe, she cannot get out of her head that Alex Strofe, as a young child, had heart surgery.
He has a condition. She says y'all can't bully that man like that. He has a condition.
You don't want to be the one to yell at him and him go home and have another heart issue, and then next thing you know, he's gone.
Oh wow. Damn.
That's essentially what. That's essentially what baby girl is saying, is she not?
My goodness.
trying to protect his welfare.
Can you make a point without killing me off?
Jeez, Louise. First you
That's
kill his
the
soul by saying he can't go to the wedding. Now you're killing him off this land? My goodness.
I'm not killing him.
That's your job, Kyle.
Tell me I'm not wrong that when your baby girl says be nice to him, she's worried about his heart, which is insinuating we might actually kill him
don't know
if we
how much
emotionally
stress
ruin him.
it can
She
take.
did tell me yesterday we can't be mean to Strofe. He did tell me
So
that
that's
yesterday.
to the core of it, because he had a heart issue when he was a kid. I'm just being real here.
Inviting Strofe.
Wait, play that again.
You'll regret not inviting Strofe.
Well, unfortunately, Mark Tauscher, I can say right now, is not on the list.
Oh,
so
he's on-
maybe I will regret
C
not
list.
inviting Tausch.
So
You know, I wonder how Tausch will take the news on air today at 2:30 that he's not on the list.
I think he would handle it 20 times
Professionally?
better than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
was he
Probably a lot
expecting
of
to be
dignity.
invited?
I don't know. That's what I'm curious.
So you're asking
If I was
me
still in
what?
Madison,
Where's he on the list?
he was on the B list, but
That must be low on the B list.
low enough that Brad Nortman's in and Old T's out.
How about
Dang, this
that?
feels like the NCAA tournament selection show.
This is the committee.
My goodness. I feel like a bubble team.
And over to the West region, we have Kyle Wallace in the play-in game with either his baby girl or
Play-in
Alex
game.
Are
Strofe.
me and baby girl the playing game?
Yeah,
Yes.
my
Yes, the
goodness.
play-in
Yes.
game.
I'm the 11 seed, and you guys are the 11 seed that barely get into the tournament.
No, they're the 16-16.
Oh, wow.
They won their conference tournament just to get close to the
Damn,
A-list.
hey, wait a minute now. You gonna talk about baby girl like that? She ain't no 16 seed. She's a number 1 seed in my heart and everywhere in this world. And so I have to choose.
Not my list.
I guess not. So I had to choose between having my +1 be my lovely girlfriend.
Or kill Strofe.
Oh,
Why?
Wow.
Strofe, I'm sorry, but the thing is, I ain't got to go home to you. I ain't got to lead her. I ain't got to dress up, take a shower, dress up, and ask her how good do I look to lead her.
I'm gonna end up babysitting the kids the Nortmans are fostering.
That's right. Hey,
Oh,
thanks for offering, Strofe.
we do have an open available slot for my daughter and my sister-in-law, future sister-in-law's 2 kids. So if you'd like to be full-time babysitter,
How
that's
about
your
that?
way in.
I'll toss the boys in there, and you can that's the way you can somehow get into the wedding.
Yeah, we have
From
a
extension.
place for vendors to eat in a closed area with
Back
no
room.
windows. Yep.
Yep.
Strofe, you'll be there.
No
in the,
tablecloth.
Yep, just like you get the scraps of Kyle's plate.
Yeah. Do you trust Strofe to actually not to indulge in the open bar?
Well, that's something that I have an
he's
open
looking
bar
over the kids.
intake percentage next to everyone that I wrote down on the list.
Because you know Strofe is going to find his way to partake in.
I got to be respectful to some of the adults who are helping provide some services to help us in the wedding, you know?
So wait, I only get a certain amount of drinks too?
You're on a 2-drink limit.
Damn,
Wow.
2 drinks.
Everyone's going to get drink tickets based off how I feel like they can handle the consumption.
Wait a minute, you don't think I can handle myself?
I've seen you on 1 tequila, and man, you get loosey-goosey.
I do get a little loosey-goosey, though. I get a little woo. But, yeah, Strofe, I'm sorry, man. I'm sad to inform you that I can't.
That quick?
Yeah, you didn't even
I think
take
you need
time.
to consult with your baby girl.
I thought you needed to at least take the evening to consider, because you go home to baby girl, but you come to work every day with Strofe.
Yeah. At the end of the day, can y'all imagine me getting dressed up to leave the house that night and her telling me how handsome I look and her having her puppy eyes, her face? Well, have fun.
But I
couldn't
think
pick up
Strofe has some pretty strong puppy eyes. Look at him right now.
Listen, it ain't Strofe. It ain't me who making this decision. Brad could have offered up Lexi, but he ain't offering up Lexi.
No,
He had a
that's
chance to
part
do
of
that.
the invite. It's to Mr. and Mrs. Brad Nortman.
Lexi got some kids she could take care of. Listen, she could have a real excuse.
This is deflection at its finest.
This is Ben
I'm-
Brust deflection. He is making the fact that he's not inviting me somebody else's problem.
I wouldn't dare come at the man that invited me to his wedding. I couldn't dare do that. I'm
Dave
happy
from
I
Aaron
was
with a really good point here on the Carbless Talking text line. Brad finally got first place in something.
Oh, it feels so good. So good.
You're the first place of the B League. Like that's
I'll
not
still
good.
take that. Honestly, I will. I'll take it.
Yeah,
mean-
any first gold is a gold, Brad.
Well, hold on a
Just
minute.
don't tell people if it's B or A. It's just gold.
Well, there is no B and A because hold on a minute. Has Greg Scalza, your best man, received his invite yet?
No.
Has the father
But
of
he
the
also
bride,
already booked his flight with
has-
me to the bachelor
has
party.
the father of the bride received an invite yet?
He is not.
Brad's not B team. He's A team. He's on the same schedule as everybody else.
Well, I haven't asked for his address yet.
Oh, well, I'm 18 then too.
How about that?
Well, you're A1
Well,
B
no,
C
you're-
D thing.
A- AB.
You're
It's a
A
college
team.
course.
Your +1 is B team.
Yeah, that's okay, baby. You're A in my heart. You might be B to
or
Ben.
Strofe.
I said what I said. Strofe, I'm sorry, buddy.
Is there anything
I'll still
Strofe
take
can
it.
say or do to convince you otherwise?
No.
Yes, there's a lot you can say or do to me to
Guys,
convince me otherwise.
But guys, you don't even realize everything else I've been scheming. I've never been anticipating an invite.
Oh, wow.
So wait, you've been diabolically scheming?
Whoa. That is trash. You took PTO for my wedding date last year.
Yeah, because I'm a member of a band and I have a gig that night.
Oh, wow. What band?
What
are you
band
part of?
did I book?
What's the name? What's the name of
What
it?
band did I book? Where are they out of?
They're out of Illinois, Chicago area.
Ooh. I'm very curious to know what the name of this band is, Alexander or Alex.
I would
Strofe.
love to also know the instrument by which you play to
Yeah.
contribute to said band.
well,
How many pieces in this band did I book?
I think we're an 8-piece that night.
I did get an 8-piece, so they don't have to take a break.
Smart.
The name of the band is Mix.
Mix?
The Mix.
The Mix.
The Mix Musical Services.
Oh, interesting. And I am a mixture of tambourine and acoustic guitar.
Oh.
Tambourine. There ain't gonna be no
Wait till you
tambourine
shake
in
the
my
man.
8-piece.
That's range.
Take him to
That's
church.
range right there.
Josh in Kenosha on the Carbless Talking text line. You're up.
Hey guys, so in honor of it being Tuesday, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, and opening with Brad's hearing, is Kyle blind, Brad deaf, and Ben dumb?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
The doctor, the optometrist would say,
I mean, you do
can't
have
see
some
very
thick
well.
ass glasses.
I do. I sure do. Your boy cannot see very well.
Notice how one member of this panel was
Was not
referenced there.
included. Mr. Perfect, Mr. Estate, Mr. NFL.
No, he's deaf.
No, he can't.
Oh,
I'm deaf.
oh, you weren't included?
I
he
wasn't
wasn't.
included.
Well, you weren't
Strofe
included
no-
in the
I'm
A-list.
Mr. Perfect.
Is Strofe no strength, though?
He has no strength.
It's like
Can't
we're
lift.
like the Wizard of Oz.
The anti-Thor.
We all have like a critical deficit in our life.
Yeah. Strofe is just a walking
Well, no,
critical
the
deficit.
issue here is I'm deaf, dumb, and blind.
And lack strength.
Yeah, that too.
Well, this is fun. I can't wait to go.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
I'm thrilled.
based off
I'm
your
thrilled.
response,
I'm
so
excited.
this was a test, Kyle, for you.
What?
Because the fact that you didn't include Strofe even for a thought in going home, it actually showed me what you think of Strofe, and I wanted Strofe to be a part of this. I wanted it to feel like a KBN thing, but you went selfish.
I
You went
texted her.
personal.
I said, you
So
listening?
Strofe, stay tuned because Kyle might be on the outs, and you might just be bringing your plus
what
one.
you
Oh, now
just
he's
like
playing with
that.
us.
Well, yeah, now what you're not gonna do is play in my heart, okay? What's not what you gonna do? So either I'm in or I'm out.
well-
if I'm out, just let me know.
I will. You'll know if you get a text tonight for an address. You know who's
So
been
I won't be getting a text.
well, we don't know that. We don't know that. Again, this was market research as to
hold on.
last cuts.
But you said it would be Kyle and his +1. If you're saying
that was a test. I wanted to see what his answer would be.
My answer's the woman I love.
That's not a good answer.
Wait a minute.
Bad
now.
answer.
Bad answer.
It's selfish.
If I was to go to marriage therapy or counseling, and I had to tell the story about how I chose some guy I work with who I like over my future wife to go to a wedding
future
event?
wife.
Oh, congratulations, Kyle. Cool.
Did I say that?
You did say that.
I mean, the way things are going. I mean, I ain't nobody else in the race. It's a one-woman race. I mean, I don't know. Ain't nobody else
Are
there.
you trying to call other women into the race?
No. We don't want nobody else in this race.
800-990-3776.
Not for me.
Diana McGuanago on the line right now.
Not
Diana,
for me.
welcome to the show.
It's a one-person race. It's a one-person. So, again, all I'm saying is that this is a bad look if I choose Strofe over the woman I live with.
Yes, I get a lot of texts right now for Diana, get her.
Hey, Dirty D.
Just toss her on. Dirty D, what's up, Dirty D?
I'm calling to mess with Ben.
Of course you are. Oh, you're on the air.
What?
Oh,
I'm on the air.
Yeah.
Well, normally Strofe answers the phone.
Yeah, I wanted to get you right away.
Okay. Ben, how are you going to sit there and hold stuff over people's head if they're going to be invited to your wedding like you're doing to Kyle? That's kind of mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete power. Is
You
what
playing
it
with my
is.
heart.
I'm a tool. I am a tool.
He's playing with my heart, Dirty D. I appreciate you supporting me.
You know who's also played with your heart for the last, 7 years?
7 years.
It's Goody Day on KBN.
Oh.
Goody spoke at the Combine. And Kyle's got a lot of opinions on Goody today. A little frustration with Goody today, I think.
Just a tad bit. Sometimes when he opens his mouth, I always feel the same way.
Well, we'll get to that. Coming up next on Kyle Brust and Norman.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking. And so I called the company. I said, listen, y'all put this thing in here. Y'all need to come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The Green and Gold Championship window is on the clock.
To me, their window is now wide open. From here on out, they have the opportunity to get to the Super Bowl.
The countdown to the NFL draft in Green Bay is on.
Goody has to start figuring out his first-round draft picks. Goody's inability to nail the first-round draft pick is what is keeping this team from being a true Super Bowl contender.
Green and Gold off-season talk right here. 94.5 ESPN and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's PBR Milwaukee at Fiserv Forum Saturday, March 1st and Sunday, March 2nd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Wallace for Universal Windows Direct. February is here and love is in the air, but if you're not in love with the way your home feels this winter, Universal Windows Direct has the perfect solution with their Love Your Windows sales event. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. Need 4 windows, you pay for 2. It's the perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. Schedule your free in-home estimate or visit universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Nestled along the shores of Lake Michigan, the Knickerbocker Hotel offers a timeless escape in the heart of Milwaukee. Immerse yourself in the rich history of this iconic landmark where charm meets modern luxury. Picture yourself enjoying breathtaking lake views, luxurious rooms, and dining at one of the finest restaurants in the city. Whether you're visiting for a weekend getaway or a special occasion, the Knickerbocker promises an unforgettable experience. Your perfect stay awaits at the Knickerbocker Hotel. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
The second half of the basketball season is here, and the race to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Don't miss your chance to cash in as the league's best fight for playoff positioning. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, available to play in more than 40-plus states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code WI. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code WI on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's Goody Day on Kyle Bruston Nortman. I will say this. Strofe and I were together live listening to these clips from the Combine. It was rapid fire, man. It was absolutely rapid fire. Hey, I'm talking to you, Strofe. I know you're talking to Kyle, but I'm talking to you. Do you even have any idea of anything I said?
Something about listening to Goody this morning.
With you?
Yeah, we did it together.
Yeah, I know. And it was rapid fire.
And you're going to get married without me. It's fine.
Goody spoke today. And, okay, let's just say we got 9 cuts from Brian Gutekunst today. We're going to play all 9 at different times. But we're going to start with, I think, the most impactful as we go throughout the entire show. We start here, which is crazy. This one was like Strofe and I are like, hey, he finally gave us something. This is Goody on the defensive scheme and how the Packers approach the draft.
Yeah, in Green Bay, we've never really been a big scheme. We don't. Obviously, we know what our scheme is. We know the subtleties in that. I think we've always tried to. Our process has been about getting the kind of players that can play in any scheme. I think you got to be really careful about when you're selecting players that are, one scheme fits, because that stuff can change. I mean, it can change with our staff, and we can, what we started out doing at the beginning of the year last year, as half got familiar with what we could and couldn't do, and injuries play a part in that, then we adjust. So you got to have versatile players. You got to have guys that can do everything. So our process has been in place kind of almost 30-some years now. And again, we're aware of our schematic differences than other teams, but it doesn't play a huge role in how we go about it.
So here's what I'm going to say about this first cut. I know that each and every single individual, and maybe you even listening at 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and Text line, KBN Nation, will have a different takeaway from this audio. I'm going to start with Kyle, because as you hear schemes and personnel and versatility, I know it struck a chord with you.
No, it definitely did. It struck a chord with me, because what annoys me about this comment is that, Goody, you are supposed to draft based off scheme. You're talking about versatility. If this is probably the reason why the defensive line has not popped the way it has and it hasn't performed, because he's too busy trying to draft guys that he thinks could fit anywhere and be versatile, such as Rashawn Gary, a Lucas Van Ness, who mainly played defensive tackle and did not start in college at Iowa. Then you moved him to be an end, a rush in a 3-4 defense. Now you got him with his hand in the ground in a 4-3 defense. And so for me, it is
How's that versatility playing out for LVN?
Not very well. And so if Goody thinks the philosophy is just drafting guys based off versatility and not scheme, that is a huge problem within his draft flaws. It is a huge flaw. If you look at this defensive front that we have and this new defense we have, and you say, well, maybe I can draft a guy who is used to playing the 3-4 defense, or a linebacker that's used to playing a 4-3 defense. But instead, you know what? I'm just going to draft a versatile guy and then coach him up. That has not worked for your defense. So what I implore to you, Goody, is when you address any type of hole or any type of draft picks this offseason, you need to be thinking about the scheme defensively. Does this guy who I'm going to draft on the D-line, will he fit what Jeff Hafley is trying to do defensively? If I decide I'm going to draft a linebacker from a 4-3 defense, does this guy fit exactly what we need schematically, right? Because if you don't care about the scheme, then you're not actually really looking to build upon what can be successful for your defense. And overall, anybody that listens to a response where he says, I'm not looking for scheme, I'm looking for versatility, should know that has been why Goody has failed in the first round, because he's not looking for the right things when drafting.
You know what this is like? You guys know I love packing my luggage way early and being super thoughtful with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well
I packed
documented.
2 months before I went to Paris, all packed up. This is like saying, you know what? I'm not going to pack clothes based on weather. You know, the weather's changing all the time, so who knows? I can't tailor what I'm packing to what the weather is going to be like.
It's going to be 80 in Florida, but I'm still going to get that winter coat in the luggage.
I'm going to pack the versatile clothes because it could be 80, it could be 0. So, yes, I can understand that. If you can get a guy, of course, who can play any system at any time, of course that's valuable, but it's never that easy. And if you're going to try to maximize any given player's ability, well, then scheme matters, and scheme and fit helps. It can't be everything, but it has to be a component of how you evaluate and how you draft your guys. Because look no further than when Jeff Hafley last year spoke about the safety position. He spoke so glowingly about how this is the kind of guy we want. It's critical to my system. What did Goody do? He went out and got Xavier McKinney. He ended up being a Pro Bowler, and that changed the dynamic of the Green Bay Packer defense. Preston Smith fell off a little bit because he wasn't suited for this kind of defense. So to just say that it's not a component and we're just looking for guys that can be versatile in any system, it's not that easy, and you're never going to be able to maximize your players if you don't play that role in that system.
All right, so you're on this draft for scheme. You're on the Brad Nortmanism's analogy, packing
make it a
thing.
component. Think about it.
He said we've had this system in place for 30 years in drafting defensive players. The game has changed in 30 years. A lot has changed in 30 years. You're telling me that when you go into the NFL draft, you're just continuing, again, the Packers' sustainability has been successful for money in the pockets and not as many championships as fans have wanted. But 30 years? Yeah, I mean, Ted and all of them were doing it long. Well, all of them been doing this way. So I got to keep doing this way. Strofe, take me back to 1995. Things were way different back then.
Let's think about some things that happened in 95, shall we? 30 years ago?
30 years ago.
OJ's innocent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
What a year.
And now OJ is not with us. R.I.P.-ish.
Ish. Michael Jordan.
Dead.
Only had 3 titles at this point. Michael Jordan returned to the NBA in 1995.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, man.
The average price of rent was $500.
Oh my gosh. Inflation is a killer.
Want to know what's crazy? DVDs were invented in 1995, did not roll out until 1997.
I'm shocked it came out in 97. I thought it came out later than that.
I thought it was in the 2000s.
One of the greatest movies ever premiered in 1995. Toy Story.
Oh,
come on. The Green Bay Packers are drafting the same way that they were when Toy Story came out.
Classic.
The .com boom happened in 1995. Popular websites like eBay and Match.com getting on the internet for the first
Match
time.
has been going
Internet
around that
becoming
long?
a thing. That's how long ago it was.
Man.
Wow.
The first PlayStation was invented and released in 1995.
Oh, I remember the first Sony PlayStation.
Game changer.
Yeah, it was.
Game
It
changer.
was.
But this is the way the Packers have been drafting since.
Yeah, in the same way that PlayStation was played. Think about that.
Patrick Mahomes was born in 1995.
You a
wow.
lie?
Wow.
For real?
What do you mean?
He was born. Dang, that man is still young.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 91. He's like your age.
Patrick Mahomes, no, he's not.
Oh, yeah. You're older than me. Yeah, he's 4 years from me. So
Thank you.
he's
You think I look
29.
young, huh?
Yeah, you looking sharp, Kyle.
You look really good.
Oh, man. Oh,
So young.
gosh. Oh! Keep flowering me and making
Forrest
me
Gump
blush.
won Best Picture in 1995.
Oh, great
wow.
flick.
Life
Great
is like a
flick.
box of chocolates.
One more time.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
And Goody, if he had the selection to take Forrest Gump, wouldn't take him because he didn't fit. He might have fit the RAS for speed.
The first Frappuccino was made in 1995.
That,
oh, wow.
Really?
That's Huh.
I would have thought Frappuccinos would have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Frappuccinos.
Coffee's come a long way.
$2 at Starbucks in 95.
Oh, wow. It's probably, what, 8 now?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame opened in Ohio.
Oh, really? I thought it was older than that. Yeah. Wow. Well, I guess rock and roll was only, at that point, 30 years old?
It was barely like classic rock at that point.
Oh, my God.
So that's my takeaway. This is how long the Packers have been doing the same system.
That ages that system incredibly.
Blue M&Ms were introduced in 1995.
Oh, my gosh. I thought Big Blue been around the whole time.
Gushers were introduced in 1995.
Bad for teeth.
I just
not
ate
a big
some
Gusher
of those.
guy.
I just ate some.
You would
just
be
ate
a Gusher
Gushers?
guy.
Like last week, yeah. I bought a box. I ate all 6
The
packs.
same way that Brad
I was at the grocery store. They look good.
You have cavities, don't you?
Guys, the same way that Brad Nortman is the I turn down the radio because it's too loud guy is exactly how Strofe is still a Gushers guy.
Yeah.
It just fits them.
It's odd. You're too old for that.
I'm not a big chocolate guy. Like I'm not a big like savory candy. I'm more a sweet candy guy. So I like Skittles. I like Starbursts. Those are kind of my go-to. So Gushers fit right in.
At what age did you stop eating candy excessively?
Well, every age is fine.
Yeah, don't you remember his nerd cluster phase?
I'm still in a nerd cluster phase.
But you don't eat candy like consistently.
Well, Brad, we're not you. We're not losers.
I don't
Our
eat
bodies
candy
are not a
consistently
temple like
that.
yours are.
I'm trying to look like Bradley.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna happen.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're not even
I
close.
can tease you this. The next conversation we have from Goody will be about the wide receivers, but I do want to get an overall reaction from the Packer Hall of Famer because these cuts came out during Wilde and Tausch when Mark Tauscher was on there. Old T probably had a little more time to digest what Goody had to say, so we get the perfect time to have Mark Tauscher, the Packer Hall of Famer from Wilde and Tausch, join Kyle Bruston Nortman. But first, Brad, you're going to tell us about some new things going around for our Talk and Text Line sponsor, Carbless.
Oh, that's right. It is an exciting time to be a Carbless fan. Your taste buds are going to thank you. That's because there are 5 new flavors coming out in 2025. I taste tested every single one of them, and they are classic Carbless. They're going to blow your mind. Listen to this. The Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Blood Orange. The Blood Orange, guys, listen, it is outstanding. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that on the market. You got Blood Orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit. It is classic Carbless in that it tastes exactly like a refreshing, ready-to-drink cocktail in their unique flavors. It tastes like the tropical bliss that Carbless gets you, and it's still the same Carbless promise when it comes to no carbs, no sugars, only 100 calories, and with every sip, it feels like you're sitting on a sunny beach getaway. That's exactly what we need come the end of February here in the great state of Wisconsin. So if you want to be like me, you want to go ahead and try the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack, keep your head on a swivel at your local grocer because it is coming, baby. The taste of 2025 is that Tropical Variety Pack with Carbless. So enjoy the Carbless flavors, the Carbless guilt-free experience with Carbless, and continue to experience why less is more.
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell? Stroh feeds you something in your ear and you Ron Burgundy verbatim what he says? I set you up for something, you jerk.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Whitnall High School's Ethan Shutton. The senior swimmer setting a pair of state records in the state meet on his way to earning 2 gold medals. In a 200-meter freestyle, Shutton finished finished in 1 minute 37.67 seconds, an astounding 5 seconds ahead of the silver medalist. He set another WIAA state record on the 500-meter free, finishing in 4 minutes and 22.79 seconds. Again, way ahead of the pack as the silver medal winning swimmer was 8 seconds behind. This wasn't the first gold medal winning performance for Sutton, as he also took home the 500-meter freestyle gold in 2023. Sutton will be continuing his swimming career in college at the Division I level starting next school year at the University of Minnesota.
Think ski season is over? Well, think again. Granite Peak's bringing you Wisconsin's longest ski season, going strong through April 6th. We're talking spring skiing at Wisconsin's largest resort with live music, fireworks, and endless snow across our incredible terrain. Make it a getaway in nearby Wausau, where comfortable lodging and family activities await. Why travel far when the best spring skiing is right here? Book your ski and stay packages today. Visit skigranitepeak.com for lift tickets and lodging packages. Granite Peak, where winter lasts longer.
For more than 40 years, Network Health has been the trusted experts in health plans. Just like you, they're honest, hardworking, and grateful to call Wisconsin home. Whether you're seeking coverage for yourself, your family, or your employees, Network Health has you covered with a range of options, including individual and family marketplace plans, employer plans, and Medicare Advantage plans. Call Steve Llewellyn, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. The Saganiac Planning Marquette basketball greatest scorers. Marcus Howard has all the records at Marquette, and his greatness might also be best explained by saying he passed George Thompson. Thompson, 1,773 points when finishing in 1969. It was the Marquette career mark until 2009, 40 years later. And with Marcus Howard, Thompson the only player averaging over 20 points per game for a career. George Thompson, not number one, but he belongs in the same room with Marcus Howard.
Introducing the newest carbless flavor, Mango Vodka. Flavored with the essence of the ripest, freshest mangoes, carbless Mango Vodka will transport your taste buds to a sunny beach getaway. New flavor, still the same carbless crafted cocktails with 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and only 100 calories. Enjoy a refreshing vodka cocktail without the guilt. 4-packs of the new carbless Mango Vodka cocktail are available in stores near you. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and escape with every sip.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman is Old T, Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. Listen to Tausch on Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. We have the whole show together, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman. Strophy running the show. What's going on, Old T?
What's good, fellas?
A lot's good, Tauschi.
Wedding planning, man.
Yeah, you did give us a sounder about Alex Strofe a while back.
You'll regret not inviting Strofe.
You said, I will regret not inviting Strofe. Tonight is the final cuts and addresses and save the dates getting out. And Old T, I love you. I hate to break it to you. You're not going to make this one.
Make what?
The wedding.
I'm not getting invited to your wedding?
Maybe, maybe not.
Wow.
Did you expect the invite?
Yeah, I would have expected it, but I won't be mad about it.
Juicy.
In all honesty, like, Ben Brust isn't at GKB and you don't have the life you have without me. So that's not me.
Spicy. Get him.
That's not me being hyperbolic. That's the reality, and Ben Brust can acknowledge that.
Wow. Is he the reason why you are here? Is he the reason why your family eats today?
This is how you repay him.
This would be news to me. He must have been pulling some strings that I didn't know.
Just wait a second. This is news to you?
Yeah. I thought.
Really?
Yeah, this is news to me.
Wow.
What? How did you?
Interesting.
Take me through this journey.
If you don't listen, if you don't recall that, I am definitely not taking you through the journey. Maybe I'm misremembering talking to you at Andy North and Friends events and telling you this is a road you should go down, and that you should meet Greg Scalzo, and that you'd be good on air, and that you could work through and get this process going. It'd be a good fit for you. I mean, maybe I'm misremembering all that, and then introducing you to Scals and getting your career going. But I could be misremembering.
He introduced you to your best man.
Yeah,
you don't even
about
remember?
that. Best man.
You know what,
Wow.
Strofe? Any chance you had of making lists, you're out now, buddy.
Wow,
that's compelling.
Stick. By the way, Benny, stick with your instincts. Stick with your gut. We have drifted off. There's no doubt. I'm not going to be mad about it, but I'm very, very surprised.
See, that's a heady play. I'm not going to be mad about it, but I'm surprised. It's going to stick with me.
No, he's disappointed in
Yeah, I
you.
know.
There's nothing to stick with you. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to go any further. I understand. It's tough. You got to whittle lists down. I totally understand the whole process. So we'll be fine, Benny.
Dude, I'm telling you.
He basically just told you thanks for nothing. Disrespectful.
Oh, Kyle, now you might be off the list. Easy now. Don't you start rubbing this in.
You're right. Let me redact that.
I will say, Tausch, if I had a choice, this whole 1.5-year show thing has put it in a real thing where it's like, they're like, oh, but we spent all this time together. But, like, there's longer relationships I have with people that have made this
It's tough. Listen, there's no doubt it's tough. I totally understand that. And it's, you work with these guys on a daily basis. So if you snub one of those guys, I can understand it would be contentious at work. And I get the whole thing.
Yeah, the politics of this is, I'm not going to lie, is not fun.
Tricky.
But that being said, it's hard to transition off of that because now I'm trying to
I don't know why you bring that up.
Well, I just, because I'm transparent. Tausch, you like transparency?
No, you're not really, though. You're not really that.
What do you mean I'm not transparent?
I don't think you're transparent.
All right, that's your opinion. This is why you're off the list. I'm
Dang.
No, I'm just messing.
Speaking of contentious.
This got
this. The temperature in this room got turned
think
up.
about the tush push. I'll take this over. Tush push.
No. I don't want tush push. I don't want tush push. Goody spoke, and Goody spoke a lot. Did he say anything of value to you today where you're like, hey, that was very interesting, and I'm shocked that Goody said that?
Not really. And I don't think anyone would expect that. I think the Lucas Van Ness comments about, the expectation, you would expect the guy that drafted him in the first round to have those expectations. But the thing that I think jumped out at me was, this whole sense of urgency, and you need to, ramp things up. So the more I listen to the overall tone, because Goody's going to say the right thing. He's not going to give anything away. He's going to, if there's an available player that can make the team better, we'll be aggressive to do it. But I just sense that he's going to make a move. You sense with how he was talking about production and expecting and needing a little bit more from guys. General managers are going to look at it and they want to view potential, and they want to make sure that they're positioned themselves to let potential come forward. But you need to have production with that. And I think the consistency, that term kept coming up, whether it was LaFleur talking or Goody, the consistency just was not there on a consistent enough basis for this team to be a Super Bowl contending team or a team that could win a championship. And I think Goody knows that.
Tausch, would you rather see Goody address the defensive line with, like, say, the first-round pick, packaging things to move up and get another D lineman in the first round, or using it to get a guy who is, a trade guy like Garrett, or, fill in the blank with Max Crosby? Would you rather see a guy who's been there, done that in the NFL, or have Goody try his hand at drafting another guy to address the D line?
Yeah, that's where it's really tricky to me, because the last thing I want to do is Goody doesn't get his guy in free agency, and where general managers always get in trouble is when they reach and when they start slotting, I need this guy. Well, pick the best football player and then find spots for them. And so that's where I hope he does. And what I said this morning on our show was, I can't remember the guy's name, but Rob Demoski came on, I'm sure on your show too, and talked about this Cowboy, young guy, 25, 26 years old, Osa something, who goes about.
We're going to learn the name, hopefully, this offseason.
Osa Odigizua.
Well, that's the guy. I think you want to add guys. You don't want to give up everything, but you also want to consider. You just don't want to be where it gets to be the draft, and it's so glaring. I need a DB. Oh, I need this. That you start pushing and pressing and putting guys in a position to fail. So I don't really care as far as which position that's going to be. I just want you to be aggressive. Try to take as many needs off the table before you go to the draft. And then when you add a first-round corner, if you pick up a corner in the free agency period, you add competition to that room, and you're not putting all your chips on a young player to be a huge, playmaker in a team that you hope can win a championship.
Tausch, were you frustrated as I was when I heard Goody's response to the defensive scheme and how he approaches the draft, where he really doesn't approach it looking at who can fit my scheme but who has versatility? Were you a little irritated by that answer as well, of him just looking for versatility versus fit?
I'm a firm believer that if you get a talented enough player, you'll find the fit. 3-4, 4-3. There's certain guys that you need to play in a certain spot. Whether it was Aaron Campman playing in a 4-3, Clay being a 3-4. You get a good enough player. Clay Matthews was an all-pro, or it should have been an all-pro at inside linebacker. You get really, especially early in the draft, give me talent. Let me work with that talent. It's my job as a coach to find roles and fits for him, much more than, well, this guy is a two-gapping nose tackle, and this is what we'll do. Then you get limited with what you can do on defense. So I'm not as frustrated by it. I think it's more of I want to get really good, really great athletes that I can be versatile and multi-dimensional with, so that I can be as multiple on defense because realistically now it's not as if you're going to be a one-trick pony. You need to have, if you're going to play defensive tackle, it can't be, well, I'm going to be a run stuffer. You got to have a little wiggle. You got to have a little jiggle to get to the quarterback too.
Well, then you think it's on the coaching, or you think it's on Goody with drafting guys? Because obviously, if he's drafting versatility and they ain't coming, they're not performing.
Yeah, like anything, it's both. But I think the coaching, there's never a time a GM drafts a guy and thinks, well, this guy's no good. No, this guy doesn't have talent. You think, I got a guy that's really talented. Now it's on the coaches to develop that talent and to find a role for that talent to flourish. And if you can do that, that's when you have a great program. It's when you start pointing fingers. Well, I didn't want this guy. When you start hearing that, things are headed in a bad direction. So I think as most times when you ask a question like that, it's a little bit of both. You just try to figure out what that right mix is, and that's the goal of trying to find it and being able to orchestrate it.
Talking with old T. Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, here on Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. One thing that was a little bit, I don't know, it stuck out to me and Brad is when Goody talked about the explosiveness that they had at times last year, but then talked about how they need to control the game. It feels almost like a subtle shot at Matt LaFleur, right? Ultimately it's on the head coach to be able, is he saying, hey, we had the explosive playmaking, but we weren't able to play complementary football on the offensive side. Is that a subtle shot, or is he just saying, I now need to address getting better players to be able to control the game?
Yeah, I don't know. I think when I heard that, it was more about whenever I hear control from a football team standpoint, I look at it completely as the lines of scrimmage. And that's on both sides, whether it's being able to stop the run or running the football effectively whenever when it's 4-minute drill and you need to close out the game, or it's, I got to get off the field and get a stop here, the Detroit Lions game. I can't allow them to pick up that 4th and 1 to go and kick a field goal. That, to me, is what control is. When it's the big spots and you know what's coming, can you control what happens? Green Bay couldn't do that consistently enough this year, and that's more, I think, along the lines of what I was thinking with what Goody was saying there. Not as much, the coaching. I didn't sense that was a shot at Matt LaFleur. I thought it was more of we need to get better at certain positions.
So you're going to like this. Usually we ask if you have anything for us, but Brad's got something for you.
Yeah, Taushi, I was in Park City, Utah skiing last week, and on my way back, very cool. On my way back, there was a 2-hour and 45-minute flight on a regional jet, so 2x2, and a lady walks in with a 50-pound golden retriever. This golden retriever sat on her lap the entire time, and I felt nothing but bad for the gentleman that had to sit in the aisle next to her. Just when I think it couldn't get more egregious, I'm walking through the Chicago airport where my layover was, and there was about a lady that was 5'4" with a Great Dane on her leash, and it had like the pet service dog vest on it, undoubtedly walking it to a plane to fly with her as well. Tausch, it has gone too far. Flying with pets, flying with dogs, it's gone absolutely too far. I propose, if you have another heartbeat, it means you buy another seat. What do you say? Can you get behind me on that?
I would say if it's not a purse dog, like those little baby doodles or whatever they call them, I'm all right if you can put the dog in a purse and put it under your seat or in your lap. But if that dog is more than, 8 or 10 pounds? Benny, you're the dog expert.
Yeah, it's about 10 pounds. I got a 20-pounder, and that feels way too big.
Yeah, it's really a sensitive deal because I think in the
you can have ponies. The FAA allows ponies. It literally says a mini horse.
Letting a pony. You can't put a pony in a chair.
Strophe.
You can put a Great Dane. You can put a pony.
If it is under 50 pounds, a miniature horse is allowed to be a service animal through the FAA.
You can have a 4-legged pony.
That's correct.
That's 50 pounds sitting in your lap.
You got it.
On an airplane.
That is.
What sound does a pony make, Kyle, next to you?
That can't be true.
You think I'm making that up?
Dude, it was 100+ pound Great Dane.
Yeah, the Great Dane was massive, Tausch. Massive.
Tausch, this is America. We do what we want.
Well, certainly sounds that way. Well, hey, I guess as long as you're not sitting next to the dog, more power to it. But I'm very sensitive on this issue because obviously I'm a larger fella, and I can realize the stares when I walk down the aisle.
Really?
That please don't sit next. Oh yeah, for sure.
Dang.
And by the way, I would do the same thing to myself, so I'm not mad about it.
You look good though, Tausch. Don't let those eyes make you feel any type of way. You let them know I'm a
fine.
champion.
Listen, man, as long as I can get from point A to point B, I'm content with it. No problems.
Well, as long as there's a Great Dane not next to you.
Amen.
All right, LT, we appreciate it.
You bet.
That's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer.
Covered a lot of ground there.
I'm envisioning, how like with the carry-ons, there's like you have to like fit it in a certain thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with a pet. But you have to put your pet.
You can't body shame a dog.
If your pet
you
fit
can.
in this box,
They hate dogs.
Then you gotta
They're
start
trying
checking
to force
them.
your dog to be weighed.
Kyle, you said if you were next to a 50-pound golden retriever, you'd say, "Oh hell no!"
Hey, move my seat, man. Hey,
Bing. Hey, this ain't working.
Bing.
Hey, anyone love golden retrievers? We can swap seats.
I feel so bad for Tausch because you know what? I
You give those eyes. If Tausch was walking the aisle, you would give him the eyes.
The last time I was on the flight, this big ass woman was coming down the aisle, and I said, "Please don't, please don't." She said, "Can I sit here?" I said, "Damn."
Was it like a pick your seat?
Yes.
Southwest?
It must have been Southwest, and I was just so upset because I'm like, she's gonna be sitting in the middle next to me the whole damn way. I
don't know how to take this any further, so let's go to a.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Will Myles Garrett be in Green Bay next season?
You add a Myles Garrett without giving up a ton, all of a sudden now you start looking, well, then they got Edgerrin Cooper at the next level. Oh, and then they got Xavier McKinney at the next level. Oh. The Packers have an opportunity here to make the big splash, and I think they should go and do it.
Stay up to date on all your Packers off-season news with Wilde and Tausch. Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio. you.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace for Universal Windows Direct, and they have the Love Your Windows sale going on now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. It's the perfect way to save big. Schedule your free in-home estimate today.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brad Nortman, where will you be in 6 years?
Wow, that's a deep question. Hopefully here with you guys still.
Well, then you'll be still paying off some windows at 0% interest from Gina Della from Pella. 0 for 72 months. Old team Mark Tauscher knows about it. Brad and I know about it. And you know about it. And what you need to do before March 8th is schedule your consultation with Gina, Joe, the entire team. 855-PELLA-WI, PELLAWI.com. Tell them KBN sent you and get the consultation, because then you'll get 0 for 60. Excuse me, I'm so used to 0 for 60 because you never hear 0 for 72.
You never hear it.
Hit
so
the record
rare.
scratch. 0 for 72 months.
Ooh,
6
baby, la, la, la.
years with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I didn't even get that good of financing, and I'm jealous of anyone right now because I just did my whole first floor of windows and a door, and I got great financing, but you can have better financing than even I got. PellaWI.com. Gina's the best. The warranties, the home value, the look, the feel, the everything from the start to the finish. It's the best with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So, I don't know what's coming next. I like control. My name is Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace.
Another L.
Brad
Another
Nortman,
L.
Alex Strofe, all rooting against me. I get it. It's what they do. They thrive off me being a dummy and a loser.
This is the final week of February.
I have not won in 2025.
That is correct.
Oh,
that is embarrassing, boy.
That is.
And we are
You're like
talking about, are you smarter than Ben Brust, which used to have 5th grade questions. Now it's just whatever Strofe comes up with. We don't know who's asking the questions because Brad gave the answers twice within 5 weeks. He was suspended,
That
came
was
back.
terrible. Within 5 weeks, his last 2 opportunities he gave off the answer.
My first time back.
Well, he was a 5-week suspension, came back, and then boop. Questions are Jackie, she got a... she's on retainer, soft fire, actually real fire, but maybe we'll come back if we need her.
In which city would you find the Parthenon? In which city would you find the Parthenon?
Oh, man, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough for
can't
all
say
questions
much, though.
are. Strofe's a cutthroat producer, let me say that much. 800-990-3776. Caller 16 for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
16. Where is that from?
I just made it up in my head. Caller 16. 800-990-3776. There's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. If you want me to do 23 for the Green Bay Packers first-round draft pick, we can do that, too.
We'll do it later on.
All right, 16. 800-990-3776 to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You are hoping to help me get a win here. That's what I want. The dumbest person alive. Caller 16, 800-990-3776. We're back in 2 minutes, and we have no idea if Brad, Kyle, Strofe, who's ever answering the questions is me and the caller, but who's asking them, we don't know. Caller 16, 800-990-3776 in 2 minutes.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at TPC Scottsdale, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through February 28th. Your winter chance to play TPC Scottsdale awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
An infrared sauna in your house? Turn that dream into a reality with Good Health Saunas. ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here. My infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas has changed my life. An easy-to-install sauna that's great for post-workout, travel, or long-day detoxification. Using Good Health Saunas can help reduce stress, improve circulation, and make your skin glow. You can see the variety of sauna options for yourself at goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen, and you can get $500 to $800 off your purchase. That's goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Whitnall High School's Ethan Shutton. The senior swimmer setting a pair of state records in the state meet on his way to earning 2 gold medals. In a 200-meter freestyle, Shutton finished in 1 minute 37.67 seconds, an astounding 5 seconds ahead of the silver medalist. He set another WIAA state record on the 500-meter free, finishing in 4 minutes and 22.79 seconds. Again, way ahead of the pack, as the silver medal winning swimmer was 8 seconds behind. This wasn't the first gold medal winning performance for Shutton, as he also took home the 500-meter freestyle gold in 2023. Shutton will be continuing his swimming career in college at the Division I level starting next school year at the University of Minnesota.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
That's right, you are kicking it with KBN here on a beautiful Tuesday, getting you geared up for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. I am Brad Nortman, alongside Kyle Wallace. As with us always is Alex Strofe, and a surprise asker for the questions of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. I still don't know who it is. Kyle still doesn't know who it is. Only Strofe and this question asker knows who they are. But until that moment, we have Brian in Milwaukee to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Brian, how you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good.
Very, very monotone and straight to it, huh, Brian?
It's probably always the case.
Brian said, enough of this nonsense. I'm ready to ask the questions. Well, ask no further than Alex Strofe. Set the scene.
Yeah, so this is week 2 of our special guest question reader. We went to Madison last week for the debut with the producer of Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon. Of course, Ben's least favorite person, Jesse Nelson. Now, Ben, over the course of his now 7 or 8 year radio career with ESPN Wisconsin, has often beefed with different producers from other programs. For what reason, I'm not entirely certain.
Insecure.
Just kind of Ben.
We
Ben.
We welcome in a man who once challenged him to a boxing match. We welcome in a man who is maybe as boring as Brian in Milwaukee. We bring in the producer of Jim, Matt, and Molly weekdays from 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison. Ryan Wollersheim joins us from the Everlight Summer Studio. Hotel Madison. Hi, Woley.
What a rousing introduction. Thank you so much, Strofe. And let me say, as the producer of KBN, you do such a great job. You go so deep into the guest arsenal. First, you get the producer of the morning show across the state. Then you get the producer of the show that kicks off right after yours in Madison. I mean, you're really going all out.
Yeah,
on these guest pickers.
Yeah, maybe I'll go for like Homer next. Just really get out there.
Yeah, when's Joshy coming on? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised I got here before he did.
I'm hanging on to him and Scalzo.
Okay.
When I really need to get in his head, that's when I'll do that. But anyway, are you smarter than Ben Brust? Brian in Milwaukee are our competitor today.
I can't wait for Brian. I think Brian's going to kill this. Me and him, kindred spirits.
Yeah, you guys sound a lot alike. All right, let's spin it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Before we're all treated by Ryan Wollersheim asking the questions of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, here are the rules, presented by Lakeland University as always. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you, Brian in Milwaukee, beat Ben Brust, you will win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Any questions, Brian?
No, sir.
All right, Wooly, the floor is yours.
All right, question 1. Who's the first vice?
Start the timer.
I thought somebody would tell me how it works.
Okay.
Stroke, you're the producer.
Wait, don't you listen to the show every day?
Well, you guys do this once a week.
Oh, my God.
All right, just count me down, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go.
All right.
Question 1.
Look, I like to get into it, all right? There's not a lot of, no messing around here. Jim, Matt, Molly, 46, 100.5 ESPN. Anyways.
Clubbing the show after ours.
3, 2, 1. Who was the first vice president of the United States?
John Adams.
What is the most consumed drink in the world?
Coffee.
What year did the U.S. celebrate its bicentennial?
Bicentennial, 1976.
What is the Roman numeral for 50?
V? No, L? No.
In what year did Michael Jordan first retire from basketball?
1998.
How many minutes are in one day?
60 times 24. Pass.
If you didn't like that one, you won't like this one. How many seconds are in one day? Just pass.
Man. Yeah, pass.
What is the only U.S. state to have its own monarchy?
U.S. state, my own monarchy. New York.
Aside from President Donald Trump, which U.S. president served 2 non-consecutive terms?
Cleveland.
The attack on Pearl Harbor happened during which war?
World War II.
Which U.S. city is known as the birthplace of jazz? Counts if you get it.
New Orleans.
Very good. Started strong and ended strong.
I'll
That's
say
what we're
this:
looking for.
the reader is a pretty slow reader, boy. I tell you. They get an answer and you give a pause of 3 seconds. This is a time game. You can't just be sitting there waiting. You got to be moving. Which this? What that?
It's a 6 spot for Brian in Milwaukee. 6
gracious.
spot.
Well, I'll be reading at the same pace for Brust.
I don't think you talk. You're like a dang sloth. I didn't realize that. I'll be reading at the same pace for damn Wally.
Look, I'm trying to make sure I enunciate. I want him to catch everything. I stumbled out the gates. Brian did really well. He got a 6 spot. We don't Ben Brust can't match that.
I see why your dates get bored. They like, boy, I'm about to fall asleep. Listen to this man talk.
All right, bring Brett. All right,
Brust's reaction when he saw the screen says
yeah,
it all.
because this guy is like the biggest weenie at ESPN Wisconsin.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, well, I was the only one who agreed to do this with you, Ben, so what does that say?
Now, it sounds like you were a backup plan.
Yeah.
Did I say that
that's
on the
true,
air or
actually.
no?
Not on the air, no.
Now,
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we had a little bit of travel difficulty for our initial guests, so I thought, who else has been beefed with? And I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, I've heard Ryan Woolard. So in Madison, they do top of the hour sports centers. The guy hits at a 30% clip of being good at them. He can't read. So how
Hall
did
of
he
Fame
read to
numbers
the
in baseball.
caller earlier?
Not well.
Go figure.
It's like listening to a sloth.
I'm making sure I get the full question out. Hey, look, Brian wasn't, he wasn't always that reactive anyways. All right, Ben. Do I count 10 down?
Well, let me reset it quick, Wally. So
Reset.
Okay,
Reset.
so Ben is playing Brian in Milwaukee. And Ben, here's how we play: 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Brian in Milwaukee beats you, he's going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Okay, Wally. Now here's your opportunity. Make sure you say countdown 3, 2, 1, and then it's just you and Ben.
He jumped into he said, question 1.
Oh, my God.
All right, countdown 26, 30, and 9. Oh, wait, no, that's Ben's record.
26, 30, and 9.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Got you.
Countdown.
6 and 1
You
in
can't
2025.
lose.
6 and 1?
I know. But here's the thing. You guys have made this thing now where if I lose to the caller, I'm also losing to the question asker.
correct.
And that's not how this works.
No, that's how this works.
If you guys are the best. Look at all
don't
three
get
of
to
you on your
decide.
perch just rooting against me. Oh, this is so
You're
fun.
setting up a
Ben's
reason why you're going to
stupid.
lose.
You've already lost to Jess. You might lose to Wally.
The name of the show is not Ben Brust Ben. It is Kyle Brust and Nortman. And Kyle and Nortman have both agreed that you are also competing against the reader. That would be majority rules. Wally, take it away.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Who was the first vice president of the United States?
John Adams.
What is the most consumed drink in the world?
Water.
What year did the U.S. celebrate its bicentennial?
2000.
What is the Roman numeral for 50?
V.
In what year did Michael Jordan first retire from basketball?
1996.
How many minutes are in one day?
Yeah, I'm going to go back. 91, 92, 90. 1993 for Jordan. Now go ahead.
Okay. How many minutes are in one day?
That's hard. Pass.
How many seconds are in one day?
Pass.
What is the only U.S. state to have had its own monarchy?
Them crazy people in Mississippi.
Aside from President Donald Trump, which U.S. president served 2 non-consecutive terms?
George H.W.
The attack on Pearl Harbor happened during which war?
World War II.
Which U.S. city is known as the birthplace of jazz?
New Orleans.
What country did the U.S. purchase Alaska from?
Russia?
What major canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans?
Don't know.
What Native American woman assisted Lewis and Clark on their expedition?
Pocahontas.
Well, that was for the win. It was not Pocahontas. That is a tie now, 26, 30, and 10. A 6 spot for Benny.
With the Sacagawea.
Yeah, Sacagawea. Pocahontas.
He just went to the first Native American.
It's the only one I could think of.
Wait, can I read the last question, and can we see if Ben would have gotten it for the tiebreaker?
Sure.
What country has the most islands?
Country?
Country.
Let's go with our great country of Australia.
That's
Strofe?
wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Would you
have ever guessed?
It's a wild answer.
Australia is an island.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that makes sense. It's surrounded by water.
Oh, you know that.
All right, so what the hell is going on here? No ding dong, the dish is, which is dead, so that means I tied.
Well, you tie. Yeah,
You didn't
6
lose.
6. You tie. So another tie.
So,
you didn't
so I still haven't won.
You
Yeah,
didn't
you
win.
are now 6 and 2 on the month, I believe.
Golly.
Or on the year.
Man, this is rough.
All
I
right.
won in 2025.
All right, here we go, Wooly. Go through the answers as fast as you can because that will be normal speed.
So first vice president of the United States was John Adams. The most consumed drink in the world is water, which I don't know how you get that data, by the way. Like, are we
Just
sure
shut
about
up
that?
and read the answers.
No, that's a good
Ryan,
point.
what else are people drinking except water?
Coffee.
It's got to be the most consumed.
Yeah, it has to be. I would assume so.
You need it to live.
Yeah, true. Fair. But, I mean, there's a lot of alcohol consumed out in the world.
That's true. That's a good point.
No,
it's not a good point.
No, there are people.
If we
out
drank
here-
more alcohol than water, we all be dead.
Some people don't even drink water. Some people drink like Celsius and
Exactly.
They have to drink water at some point.
yeah.
All right. The answer's water. Move on.
I feel like this one's easy.
What year did the U.S. celebrate its bicentennial?
2000.
That's 1970. Yeah, not 2000. 1976.
America was found in what year? 18.
I don't know what a so 200 years. 200 years.
No,
It's his 200th birthday.
Okay, 1976.
There you go.
The Roman numeral for 50 is L.
Like me.
Yeah.
There you go.
T.
It's not that funny.
It is.
You got it right. In what year did Michael Jordan first retire from basketball? It was 1993.
Good job.
There are 1,440 minutes in one day and 86,400 seconds in
You
one
only
day.
got 86,400 seconds in a day. You know that song?
No.
Okay, so I was going through old
I've heard
American.
that one.
I was going through old American Idol winners last night for some reason, and Chris Allen sings a song called "Live Like You're Dying," and he says, "How many seconds are in a day?"
Yes, John. Someone tell Kyle that the main ingredient in Celsius energy drinks is water.
Oh, you knew that?
No,
It's
I
the-
said John just
isn't
said
it
that.
the base for every single
basically
liquid?
everything.
liquid.
Well, when I
You
think-
a dummy.
Oh.
I might be dumb, but you a dummy.
Oh, now you mad. Now he's lashing out. He acts
Sure
like he knew
am.
about Celsius. Because you lost to Wooly. You lost to Jesse and Wooly. How does that
I
make you
lose to Wooly. I just didn't beat Wooly.
Hide him though. I mean, that's
He's
I
0-1
make it
and
worse.
I would beat him down if I was with him.
It's less satisfying than I am. All right.
That is for damn sure.
What is the only U.S. state to have had its own monarchy? That's Hawaii. That's a
Not
tough
Mississippi?
question. Not Mississippi, no.
I figured it's some toothless monarchy or something.
Yeah, you would have thought maybe Texas. But aside from Donald Trump, which U.S. president has served 2 non-consecutive terms, that's Grover Cleveland, who caller Brian got. Incredibly impressive by
What made
Brian.
you say George H. Bush? What made you think?
HW.
Yeah, what,
Get it right, H-dub. I don't know, Kyle, because I didn't know the answer. I just was guessing.
Oh, okay. That's a bad guess.
The attack on Pearl Harbor did happen during World War II. The U.S. city known as the birthplace of jazz is New Orleans.
Cooked.
The U.S. did buy Alaska from Russia.
Look at
and
you,
then-
3 in a row.
I thought you had it.
Hey. And then the major canal that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans is the Panama Canal.
It's in the news. We're trying to buy it back. Take it back.
Thank you, Kyle, for the news update.
And then, what Native American woman assisted Lewis and Clark on their expedition? As we said, it was Sacagawea, and the country with the most islands is Sweden, which I just...
Shocker.
All right.
I really got to know where Stroke gets these questions.
Just cut his mic because he's so boring.
He is
like literally,
extremely
like the audience listening to Are
I
You
like
Smarter Than
having him around.
It's kind of soothing.
I like having him around in
NPR.
doses, but not for a whole segment. A whole segment
Well,
is
the
like
good news is for all of you listening.
wake up if you're in the car. Wake up.
For all of you listening on 100.5 ESPN Madison, Ryan Wollersheim will produce Friday's edition of Kyle Brust Norton with Brewers Spring Training on in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So the 4 of us in Wooly on Friday.
Yeah, but guess how much I will go to Wooly for his voice.
Oh, well, if
Never.
you don't, I will.
He's good in spurts. Give him about 2 minutes, and that's it. I'm telling you, Ben, I legitimately, I was not joking.
He's got some liners.
Yes, but I see
Corner
why he
threes.
sucks at dating.
Corner threes.
He sucks at dating because he is so boring. Oh, my gosh. Wally, it ain't you.
No, it's
your looks. It's your
you.
personality.
Yeah.
You got to do something about that, man. You got to get some energy.
It ain't you, but it's you? Is that what you just said to me?
Yeah, I mean, it's not your looks. It's your personality, man. Do something about
Even
it.
if you were the hottest man alive, the hottest girl would not date you because you're so boring.
The ugliest girl would not date you because you're so boring.
You see that was a better joke than what Ben just
she
said.
look be like, man, he hot, but
I
damn,
just
boring.
tee up my teammates, Wooly. I just tee up my teammates.
He's a point guard. That's what he is.
All right. Thank you for the time. Not really. See you later. What I will do is tell everyone that Palermo's is giving you another opportunity for another great deal from now Well, actually, it's the last day for this one. And then I got another deal. Are you kidding? The deals keep on coming from our friends at Palermo's. If you like Screaming Sicilian Detroit style and the stuffed crust pizzas, I know we got some stuffed crust pans on this panel. $6.99 at Piggly Wiggly through the end of the day today. So stock up on your favorites and taste what all that screaming is about. Detroit style Screaming Sicilian and stuffed crust pizzas at Piggly Wiggly for $6.99. That deal ends today, and then we got another deal starting tomorrow. So stay tuned for all your Palermo's goodies and everything you need to know, because they have the OG, thin and crispy, tavern style, Detroit, stuffed crust, OGs, Urban Pie Pinza, Neighborhood. They have all the brands, Connie's, you name it, they have it. Palermo's is the absolute best. And stay tuned for our Frozen Pizza Friday giveaway. It is the day of Goody on Kyle Bruston-Ortman. We get back to his wide receiver philosophy. Another Kyle and Goody fight?
More than likely.
Next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all. I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we do still have some delays out there. Eastbound 94 coming in from the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound slow in the Waukesha County area. Just about Elm Grove Road all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 43 heavy from just south of Hampton all the way down past Burleigh. And then eastbound 894 backing up from the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. Traffic is brought to you by Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season. Visit snowriver.com to book now. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the line moves faster. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, a high of 47. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 33. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Green and Gold Championship window is on the clock.
To me, their window is now wide open. From here on out, they have the opportunity to get to the Super Bowl.
The countdown to the NFL draft in Green Bay is on.
Goody has to start figuring out his first-round draft picks. Goody's inability to nail the first-round draft pick is what is keeping this team from being a true Super Bowl contender.
Green and Gold off-season talk right here. 94.5 ESPN and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
This is Kevin Moret for Mentality. Men, you're being robbed of your potential. Research shows a shocking 1% annual decline in testosterone levels. That's why building muscle feels impossible and your confidence is at an all-time low. But here's the truth. You're not alone in this uphill battle. Mentality's physician-directed, FDA-approved treatment doesn't just level the playing field, it restores your body's powerful balance. Our patients experience a documented 30% increase in their testosterone levels. Stop struggling and turn this around. Defy the odds and reclaim your masculine edge at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Love is in the air at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, play to your heart's content in the Love It or Leave It $300,000 game show. Thursday night, you could love your prize or leave it for another. For a chance to cuddle up to thousands in cash and prizes, just play using your rewards card. Get ready to love it or leave it. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Want to know where the snow is? Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP is buried in it. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season alone. Skip the airport hassle and head to the UP's only resort with high-speed lifts. We're talking deep snow, zero crowds, and a season that stretches well into April. Why fly south when winter's best-kept secret is right here in your backyard? Make this spring break legendary at Snow River Mountain Resort. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the lines move faster. Visit snowriver.com to book now.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You make me feel like I'm alive again.
It is Goody Day on Kyle Brust and Nortman. I hate ties and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust leaves a weird vibe for me and Alex Strofe, as we are very both competitive individuals when it comes to the game. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. Strophe running the show, and you KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. I don't like that tie. But
you okay?
Yeah, just like
you're taking this worse than a loss.
I know. I don't like ties. Ties
because
stink.
there's no resolution,
Yeah,
right?
it's just like they win the prize.
It's not like a survive in advance situation, though.
The issue of me not being upset is that Ben is still winless in this calendar year. He is 0 for 8 in 2025.
When will you win?
6-2.
0 for 8.
When will I win? I don't know, Kyle. If I knew, I would tell you.
Poor guy.
So I at least feel like I've got a little bit of a good rhythm going. But
congratulations.
Yeah.
Get cut 3 ready.
Cut 3's ready.
All right, let's hear cut 3 from Goody at the Combine, baby.
You know, it's funny. It's never been like a philosophical thing we've talked about through my time in Green Bay, which goes back quite a while. It's never been something, hey, like we don't want to take wide receivers in the first round. There were certainly opportunities we've had that we thought that was going to happen, and for whatever reason it didn't. But at the same time, we've had a lot of second-round receivers that have been pretty good players for us. So, again, I do think the immediate impact of wide receivers is changing because of the way these guys are coming out of school, where they can be more impactful quicker. But, again, it's never really been a philosophical thing for us. It's really more just kind of how it shook out.
All right, that's Brian Gutekunst on the wide receiver philosophy, and there's a lot to take in there. I'll start with one that is irritating to me. It's the classic Goody deflection. For the last 20 years, they haven't. What was the last one? We've talked about this a million times. The last wide receiver they took in the first round is who?
Javon Walker.
And that is a long time ago. And as we talk about this, it's one of those things where it's like, it's annoying because we've had a lot of, he just defers to, we've had a lot of success in the second round. That doesn't mean you didn't miss on guys that could have been game-changing first-round wide receiving players in the draft that you've missed on in other positions.
We were going to draft some guys, but, the board had other people
didn't fall our way.
Man, I swear I was going to draft
So
them.
I just didn't like that deflection. I throw the ball to whoever wants it next on their takeaway from Goody on the wide receiver position.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
I'll take it quick. So when it comes to wide receivers and it comes to Goody, I mean, I love the Goody patting himself on the back for, hey, we got some pretty good ones in the second round there. But he made a line talking about that, they're more impactful quicker. And as I look at it, when you're trying to be a GM, you're trying to evaluate college players for the NFL game, some positions are actually easier to evaluate than others. For instance, I think it's actually pretty hard to evaluate like an offensive lineman because the schemes are harder and the guys that you're blocking are much easier. Wide receiver is amongst the easiest when it comes to evaluating because the skills are so easily transferable. Route running, ball skills, catchability, creating separation, blocking, running clean, crisp routes. Those are all things that you do in college that you do in the NFL. And if you're not doing it in college, how do you suspect to do it in the NFL? And he is right, where these guys are better, they're more polished, they've been doing it for longer, they are guys making earlier impacts on the game. And to me, Goody, it's an indictment on him because he should be crushing the evaluation because it's actually an easier position to evaluate than all the others.
He gave us reasons to pick at him.
He sure did.
That's exactly what I get from this, because I listen to Goody, and like you said, immediate impact guys who can come in and they're better prepared now through high school and college coaching. Well, Goody, then you should be disappointed in your receiving room, because if guys are more prepared to be successful on day one, and I look up and down this roster and I look at a second-round pick in Christian Watson where there's still big question marks around him despite the fact he tore his ACL, we weren't going to leave this season saying, yeah, Christian Watson finally had his breakout season. No, we were still going to have question marks whether or not Christian Watson can be a number one wide receiver. You look at a Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed had a great rookie year, but the second season, he really didn't take that next step. There were too many games where he was absolutely absent in that. Romeo Doubs, again, we're still waiting for him to be more consistent. So when we look at whether or not what he's saying and what he told us is that receivers on day one are better prepared now to make an immediate impact, well, Goody, the guys that you drafted are not making that immediate impact that you said they should day one. Whose fault is that? And that falls on you, Goody. So I think there should be a reevaluation of his approach with this, because either Matt LaFleur ain't coaching these guys up, or he ain't drafting the right guys. But from what I'm looking at it, and from what you have said, Brad, and other guys people have said, is that you know by the time year 2 comes around or year 3 comes around what you have on a wide receiver. It shouldn't take this long. We shouldn't be going into year 4 trying to figure out whether or not Romeo Doubs is going to be consistent. We shouldn't have been heading into year 4 with Christian Watson still hoping to see if he's going to basically become a number one wide receiver. We shouldn't be thinking about, will Jaden Reed be more consistent this year? These are issues. Tay Wicks did not take the step we thought he was going to take. So overall, when Goody makes these comments, we should evaluate him and what he has done drafting these wide receivers and the lack of success they have had on the field, where we should say Goody should be disappointed because the receiver room is not as good as it should be, and that falls on him because he didn't draft the right guys clearly.
You know, it's kind of a common theme, because like what we're going to do next is break down another position group where he talks about where they need success, and he's put a lot of capital in the spot where he wants more success. And so I know Tausch joined us, and he's like, he's a glass half full guy. I'll give him that. I like that. And Kyle, you're usually a glass half full guy as pertains to this. But when he's giving us this information, and then we think back to the product that we saw on the field, now part of that has to do with Matt LaFleur, but he can only work with what the general manager has given him. It gives us reason to react in more of a passionate way, as now we're getting towards this is the Goody plan. We talked to Rob Domofsky, wrote an article on ESPN.com about this is the 3 to 5 year plan of Jordan Love hitting his stride, the young guys coming together, and they're going to have an urgency to win championships. So when you start hearing that from the GM, I'm going to listen to everything he says, and I'm going to dissect it, because I want to know if what he's saying is going to align to what we believe is a direction of a plan of a championship. Because when I hear the same things of like our defensive draft approach, it hasn't changed in 30 years. Well, then why should I change my expectations for the defense of just being top 10 again? I shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, you really shouldn't. It doesn't, and he always keeps on pointing back to the past, right? Because he talked about the defense. We've been doing the same thing for 30 years, and talking about the Packers' former philosophy of not drafting a wide receiver. But hey, we've got some pretty good guys in the later rounds. That might be true, but there is a certain level of, evolving with the game. And I feel like the Packers and Goody hasn't done that all the time. He's trying to congratulate himself for late round picks. But those late round picks, they need to be showing up early and often. And that step that we all expected the guys to take, they just didn't do that. So maybe he needs to go back and reevaluate how he's looking at the receivers and when he should take them.
Because right now it feels like he needs a little bit of luck right now. You don't want that. You don't want first round luck. You want first round going in confidently. Everyone needs a little bit of luck, though, when you're in the tournament. And yes, we're talking about how you are absolutely pumped, because I know you will be if you're not. I am absolutely pumped because college basketball players shine on the court when they chase that ultimate trophy. And so where are you watching all that magic happen? There's only one place. Make Potawatomi Sportsbook your place to catch all of the action. With massive video walls everywhere, the 2,000 square foot video wall, and then TVs everywhere outside of the 2,000 square foot video wall. Sports betting kiosks where you can use your reward points, drink specials. It's a basketball fan's paradise. I've already texted my guy Luis and said, hey, that's Saturday, that 22nd. I kind of I like the round of 32. You get some of the, those upsets early, but then I like to see who might be the real players once they get to the sweet area of the tournament. So, bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi. And now it's time to break down another position group where he's going to say something, and the blame might go back to the same guy who's saying something. Goody on a specific position group that we have frustration with. You could probably figure it out next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we do still have some delays out there. Eastbound 94 coming in from the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound slow in the Waukesha County area. Just about Elm Grove Road all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 43 heavy from just south of Hampton all the way down past Burleigh. And then eastbound 894 backing up from the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. Traffic is brought to you by Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season. Visit snowriver.com to book now. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the line moves faster. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, a high of 47. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 33. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
It sounds like it's going to be more of the same in free agency for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's not a good thing considering all the holes that they're going to have to fill and the fact that the roster that they had last year was nowhere close to being good enough to compete with the upper echelon squads in the division and in the conference. So it doesn't sound like the Dallas Cowboys are poised to do what it's going to take this offseason in order to put them back in the mix to compete for a division or compete for a playoff spot in 2025.
I actually really appreciate this and love this slogan from them because it's more aligned with the truth. To say that you're all in and then you don't even pick up the phone and call Derrick Henry, you lost me. You can't be all in. To say we're going to be selectively aggressive means we're going to be choosy about what we decide to do. And if that means not doing much, then we've already put it out there for you.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Trip Light Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Trip Light by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplight.
At the Home Depot, it's our business to support yours. Partner with your go-to source for building your business. We can help you streamline your operations by supplying the whole job from start to finish. Any questions? Our Pro Desk is ready to answer the call with supply sourcing, custom orders, large equipment rentals, and more. Elevate your efficiency and take on more projects with the partner you can trust. The Home Depot, how pros get more done.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Get ready, Oak Creek. Tsunami Express is making a splash with a brand new location at 6900 South 27th Street. Join the grand opening celebration February 12th through March 2nd. Enjoy free washes and snag an unbeatable deal. Just $5 of your first month of unlimited washes. Plus, 100% of the grand opening proceeds goes to Special Spaces Wisconsin, creating dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. Make a difference while getting your car sparkly clean at Tsunami Express in Oak Creek. See you there. Offer valid for new members only. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It is Dame time on Season 4 of the Behind the Bucks podcast presented by Gallagher. Explore Bucks superstar Damian Lillard's unlikely journey from a two-star high school prospect to a top 75 player in NBA history. The series, which is narrated by senior NBA insider Chris Haynes, reveals exclusive details of Damian Lillard's trade to the Bucks and his experience thus far with the team. Find Behind the Bucks, bucks.com/plus the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant.
It almost feels like when you hear a 2-star to a top 75 NBA player of all time, you know, those are rare.
Why couldn't you do it?
Weren't you a 3-star?
I was, but I was a 2-guard. He was a point guard. I never had point guard skills.
I mean, we should probably just throw it out there, though. You were a better high school basketball player than Damian Lillard.
Hell
How
yeah.
about that?
Hell yeah. Suck it,
Questionable.
Dame. Actually, don't do that. You're awesome. Way better than me. And I support you. I want you to win a championship, even though I don't think that you have the pieces around you to win a championship. My point being here is hitting those hidden gems.
You're really digging that hole over there.
Nah, I'm over it. Finding those hidden gems is really, 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 really hard. And that's what I feel like we've been struggling on the defensive line to figure out with Goody. This is Goody on wanting to be effective with 4.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and we talked a little bit about it earlier, is just the fact that we need to affect the quarterback with 4. You know, and how we do that will kind of remains to be seen. But, you know, we had good moments last year, but it just needs to be more consistent. It needs to be able to control the game when we need to control the game and finish games off. And, again, I'm excited about the guys we have in the room. We'll see if we add to it. But that's got to get better if we're going to accomplish our goals that we want to accomplish in this season.
Let's get home with 4, Brad.
It's just as easy as that. Let's just get home with 4. Now, when it comes to Goody, there is a little bit of, decoding what he's saying, because all these guys are trained to basically hit the button, click the whirl, and they're just basically saying coach speak, right? There's GM and coach speak. But there are moments in these conversations where he kind of says what he thinks. And there is a moment where he says, we need to affect the quarterback with 4 on the D-line he's talking about. And then he says, almost like he forgets where he is, he says, how we do that remains to be seen. Now, that's a jarring comment, if I might say so myself. I think Goody looks at himself and says, I drafted all these guys in the first round. We've given some guys a second, even third contract with Kenny Clark. I cannot understand for the life of me why they can't
How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Did I give them those contracts?
How can we spend 25%?
Did I draft LVN?
Yes, somehow.
Did I draft Devontae Wyatt?
How did I find myself in this position to get 3
It's
first-round
unbelievable.
draft
I woke
picks,
up and then this is what I had.
25% of the cap space, and this is the product of it. I think he himself is befuddled. I think he doesn't know what to do. I think he's lost. I'm not sure he has regained the confidence in drafting a D lineman. So I'm curious to know what they're going to do with that first-round draft pick. It remains to be seen how they get pressure with 4. That's a little bit alarming.
Which one of you asked a good question to Tausch about, is it more likely a trade for a real guy or
me.
trade?
Basically
back?
said,
so when you said what you said there, I'm like, I kind of agree. He kind of feels lost as it pertains to the draft, which is, Brad, you had said, look, if Goody, what did you say?
I basically asked, if Goody is saying that he needs to address the D-line, maybe he adds guys.
Go ahead, Strofe.
Brad,
You put me in a bad spot.
Before you fill us in on what you said, Benny started referencing what you said. and you were about to tell him. You started talking. He cut you off, continued to explain. I went in his ear and I said, what did he say? And then he clearly doesn't remember what you said.
So I want to give Brad the floor to tell him what he asked Tausch and what Tausch said.
It was clearly very memorable to the point that Ben Bruss doesn't remember.
I remembered, and then when you put me on the spot, I panicked.
I made some kind of impression, but basically I was saying, Goody, it sounds like he's saying they know they need to get improvement, maybe even add a guy. So if he's looking to add a guy, they got that first-round draft pick. Would you rather see Goody take that first-round draft pick, either use that pick to draft a D lineman, or maybe move up to draft a D lineman, or use that as a package to go get a guy like Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or someone who might be on the market? I was curious at Tausch's answer. He didn't quite commit to an answer. I think he said, I'd like to address it before the draft so that maybe you're not desperate for it. But to me, I would have hesitancy being Brian Gutekunst, or as a fan of the Packers, him just taking another swing at D-line in the first round.
Yeah, that was Tausch's way of saying, we'll see what he does in free agency, and that will affect what he does in the draft. But that wasn't giving us his opinion on what he thinks is going to happen.
Yeah, I really think for this one, trying to dissect and break down Goody, it's tough. It's hard to crack the code of what Goody is trying to say or Goody is trying to do. But the way I look at this is he says, how we do that, I feel like he's not trying to show his hand. He's not trying to show his deck of cards. I believe that Goody has come to the conclusion
Little
that
X-Files type.
I know that he actually knows that how we do that. He knows how we do that. I need to get some guys that can make an impact because he understands what window we have right now. And so I expect Goody, as Tausch talked about earlier, and obviously they talked about it on Wildy and Tausch, is the fact that the Green Bay Packers are going to be looking to add some type of impactful pieces on the defensive line during the offseason this year. He worked on the safety position last year. He worked on the running back position this year. And now we know there's two positions. There's the receiving room and there's the defensive line. Those are the two that need in a cornerback. But
he's not really hiding his hand when we know what the pieces that he needs are.
But
it's like we know that he has a straight, like a potential straight, and he needs the card to show up.
But the thing is that do we know that he believes that he needs it? Because
now we got the X-Files again.
No, I'm just saying, based off of Goody, he'll have you thinking that he can just run it back with whoever. Oh, it's my guys are good. It's Matt LaFleur.
You're right.
So what I think
he might do that, or he might take a swing. We don't know his cards.
So his job is to know how we do that. And for him to say, how do we do that? He knows what the answer is. He's just trying to throw people off. I believe that the Packers are going to pursue somebody on the defensive line in free agency because he knows that the guys that he has drafted, they had enough year and they have enough tape, they have enough games for him to know what their ceiling is and how good they're going to be. He feels that we cannot run it back with this defensive line and think we're going to be able to get to the quarterback rushing for. Rashawn Gary ain't going to get better. Lucas Van Ness, we probably seen him. He's probably a little bit away from his ceiling, but we know he ain't going to be great. Devontae Wyatt, we know what it is. We don't have four guys that we can put out there that can consistently rush the passer by only sending those four guys. So how do you add an instant impact piece? You go out and you sign somebody, and I think that's what Goody's trying to hide. He's not trying to show that he's interested in upgrading the defensive line.
I think his cards are he's going to run it back. No, I'm just kidding. Like, that's what you're saying, though. You're saying what you think, but the cards tell me that he wants to do something, but I don't know. Is it juicy enough for him to do something, or is he just going to be comfortable with the last 30 years of their approach?
It's going to have to take a hefty package to get anybody that is a true difference maker on the defensive line. So I ask you guys, if he uses that pick number 23 and picks a D lineman, your reaction will be what?
Here we go again.
You won't be excited.
No,
fresh blood. Give Goody another shot.
It will just be. We know that he didn't make a splash and
now he's reaching.
Yeah. Now he's going back to the well.
It would be
as Ryan from McGuanago chimes in on the Carlos Talking text line. Do we know he knows? We know he knows. You know.
Goody, we done cracked the code. We done cracked that code. We know.
That's like from a movie that's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I know that you know that I think that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know. Dodgeball, Ben Stiller.
Oh, good job, Ben.
Pulled it. Thank you. Nailed it. Crushed it.
Rough segment for you.
Yeah, you turned on
that end was strong.
Can I just add? I don't know if they
Thanks, Brad. But he wavered for 10 seconds going, the name of that movie is what again?
Was it that bad?
And then, I don't know, Strofe, did you hear what happened in the middle of the segment?
No.
He just randomly, we have computers here. Everybody knows it's universal. There's a volume button on the computer. When you press that volume button on the computer, volume comes out. When you press it again, it mutes. Why would you unmute your computer in the middle of a segment?
I'm starting to hear phantom things. I think it's like
no, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Like Brad, you haven't reached the point of you think the baby's crying, but they're actually not crying.
I do hear.
I thought I heard my computer sound on, so I tried muting it, but then I unmuted it, then I had to mute it. Phantom sound. You're right, Strofe. Bad segment for me. Hand up. Hand up. Bad segment for me.
He thought I literally
Phantom sounds all over the
here
place.
is our voices. Me and Brad like, what in the heck is he doing?
Phantom YouTube sound.
Oh, wow.
Came out of nowhere.
You're going crazy.
Losing it. I'm losing it. Strofe segment is next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry out a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. From game time to lunchtime.
If you want to separate yourself, whether it's a GM, whether it's a quarterback, or you're making subs,
we've got you covered.
You got to take chances. This sub shop starts at the 20, drives the ball all the way down to the 10, and then runs it 4 times and gets stuffed.
Whether it's footlongs or football, it's all here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at TPC Scottsdale, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through February 28th. Your winter chance to play TPC Scottsdale awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Save big money on everything now at Menards. Countertops are the center of the home with stylish options for every lifestyle and durability that will last for years to come. Transform everyday spaces into gathering places with custom craft countertops from Menards. Visit our kitchen showrooms in store or go on menards.com and get a free design estimate today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for many other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
When it comes to used cars, there's the rest. Then there's the best. Shop Ewald Automotive Group's best used cars right now, starting under $15,000. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected quality used vehicles, all with a 133-point inspection, all with a 3-day exchange policy, all starting under $15,000. Forget the rest. Drive the best. Get Ewald's best used cars starting under $15,000.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
See dealer for complete details. Exclusions may apply.
Drum roll, please.
Carbliss is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbliss perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbliss is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why less is more with Carbliss.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The point now of playing Brian Gutekunst sound from the Combine, where now we're playing the X-Files music, which means we're trying to dissect this and crack the code. So Ben Bruss and Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman are banned from cracking the code. Let's turn it over to Alex Stroh for his overall Brian Gutekunst media session take.
Well, the take is there is no code to be cracked. Like, look,
simple as a simple does?
Simple as a simple does. No, not even that, Bradley. It's more
Bradley'd you.
Brian Gutekunst, I mean, he's been the general manager, now entering his 8th season? We've seen a million press conferences of this guy. He's never, ever, ever going to tell you what he's doing. So Kyle thinks we're going all and cracking codes. He's not going to tell us anything. This is the same dude at the same press conference last year that told us Aaron Jones was going to be the running back.
Are we the dummies?
He lies.
No, he didn't lie. He said he wanted
Who was
him
the running back
but
last
his
year?
price. He wanted his.
Will he be back?
him.
Absolutely.
He lowballed him.
Yeah, he wanted him back. He didn't realize that he wasn't going to take the low ball offer.
Well, scrap the whole first 2 hours of the show off the record because we just tried to be code crackers.
Is he going to tell you that he's trading for Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or attempting
He
to?
should have. That's what we want.
That's what we want, but he's not going to tell you. Is he going to talk about a potential reunion with maybe a possible free agent wide receiver who's not a free agent yet, who used to play here, that maybe you'd welcome him back? No, he's not going to talk about that. He's not going to do it. So as much as I do want to hear from the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, because it is interesting to hear some of his mindset on the 3-decade-long philosophy, it's not going to change the team today, and it's not going to change my mindset on this offseason. Will ultimately end up being a disappointment. Hate to be the Debbie Downer here.
Disappointment?
Mr. Positive, he turns Debbie Downer, glass half empty.
Well, here's the thing. I think us as Packers fans have built up in our mind that this is going to be a 2019-esque offseason, or better yet, a 2024-esque offseason where he goes and takes some big swings.
He's not going to sit
in
on his
free
money.
agency. I just don't anticipate this being an offseason where you trade for Myles Garrett, you sign Devontae Adams, and somehow you also land Trey Hendrickson.
We're not going to do everything, but you expect something is going to, like
Because
something significant.
Don't you think him saying the sense of urgency piece as the season was over is indicative
but that
of...
was more indicative of the guys in the locker room than it was what he's going to do outside.
Based off what? That's based off your interpretation of what he said?
No, that's verbatim what he said was about the guys in the locker room. He wasn't talking about outside pieces when he said
put
the
a
sense
little
of
bit on
urgency.
himself.
Sure, but that's probably more so on, he talked today about immediate impact players. Jordan Morgan wasn't that, and that's okay. But if you want to take that
Is it
next
okay?
step, for last year, sure, it's fine. I don't know where he would have slotted in.
But that's the thing. It's not about last year. It's the fact that if he would have been able to build and he becomes a guy where if you move on from Josh Myers, you don't have to think about anything. You're just like, we got 5 guys that can plug and play. Boom, you're moving forward.
Well,
you're
and
not
that's
thinking
probably what
about
they
depth
end up-
again.
That's probably what they end up doing. But then does that mean, first-round pick now, we need a 6th offensive lineman?
Yeah, but it's more so it's like now it's 1 year later and Jordan Morgan's got to learn to be in the rotation versus...
I guess my point is away from Morgan and away from the offensive line is there are significant holes on this team right now. Right? They're still a good team. They're still a playoff team, but you need to address receiver. You need to address edge. You need to address corner. And I don't know that that's going to happen over the course of the
And I
next
guess
month.
what we're getting at, too, is the same place in a different way is it's not just about Jordan Morgan. It's about everyone else that we've had to kind of wait and see. Those first-round picks, are they gonna do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it?
Most irritating.
I mean, but even when you have 2 first-round picks in the 2022 draft and it's Devontae Wyatt or 2021 or whichever one, I think it's 22. Yes, 22. Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker. You need those guys right now to be studs.
Yeah.
You do.
They should be your studs right now.
And they're not. And that's what would elevate this team to a level of not having to keep going back to the defensive line or keep going back to different spots. These are holes. These holes could be filled, and you can be building a deeper team that will be able to make that deeper run. But instead, we're kind of in not a reset of we're trying to expedite this process quicker because of the failures of the past in the first round.
Well, I think we just need to stop acting like Goody doesn't realize that Quay Walker isn't where he needs to be and that Devontae Wyatt isn't where he needs to be. I think he can recognize that. Now, he may still have hope, but I think he can see that these guys aren't where they need them to be.
Well, you have hope when you go to the Princeton Club because all it takes is a simple, small step to get in there. No goal is too small. You simply start today and you will find your better tomorrow. You can have a strong body. They got everything you need there. A strong mind, because when you're feeling good fitness-wise, you start feeling better in your health, in your mental areas. Then you can have a strong community. They always invest in community initiatives at the Princeton Club, so you get all 3. Strong community, strong mind, and strong body. So check it out for a better tomorrow. Get the tour, free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. It is the best place for you, and it's very clean. You walk in, everything's clean. They take care of it. It's pristine. Corey and Wally in the Dam Sports Show in Beaver Dam are next in 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly's returning in about 7 days.
Wow.
Good on them. And we're back in 2 minutes right here on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's only give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright.
Well, we do still have some delays out there. Eastbound 94 coming in from the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound slow in the Waukesha County area. Just about Elm Grove Road all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 43 heavy from just south of Hampton all the way down past Burleigh. And then eastbound 894 backing up from the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. Traffic is brought to you by Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season. Visit snowriver.com to book now. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the line moves faster. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, partly cloudy, a high of 47. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 33. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's PBR Milwaukee at Fiserv Forum Saturday, March 1st and Sunday, March 2nd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Hungry? Quick Trip's got you. No dinner plans? Food's here, and it's a pizza party. Don's pizzas are 4 for just $10. Choose from a variety of toppings. So easy and delicious. Get plenty to eat and keep your wallet happy too.
Food's here, and it's ready when you are. Quick Trip isn't just convenient, it's here to make your life easier and better.
Fuel up at your ultimate destination for snacks and meals that hit the spot. Only at Quick Trip.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTL.